Dear friends, April 7th marks the International Day of Reflection on the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. The genocide, which began in April of 1994, lasted for approximately 100 days. And in those 100 days, just a little over 3 months, over 1 million people were murdered. My name is Jacqueline Murekatate, and I am one of the survivors of that genocide. I have lit this candle in memory of the over 1 million innocent men, women, and children who were murdered in Rwanda in 1994. Although it has been 26 years since the genocide against the Tutsi, the memories are still very much vivid for those of us who lived through it. To this day, I still remember the day when I ceased to be a human being, a child, and became an enemy of the state, a snake, a cockroach needing to be exterminated, simply because of my Tutsi ethnicity. I remember the days when I used to watch as innocent Tutsi men, women, and children were murdered, and knowing that at any time, I also could be killed. And I'll never forget the day when I learned that while I had been one of the few survivors of the genocide, neither my parents nor my 6 siblings had been as fortunate. The day that I learned that one day during the genocide, my parents, my 4 brothers and 2 sisters had been found in their hiding places and had been taken to a nearby river by my Hutu neighbors, who proceeded to murder them one by one and to throw their bodies in that same river. Their bodies never to be found and never to be given a proper burial, like most of the genocide victims. My grandmothers, most of my uncles, aunts, cousins, Tutsi neighbors, and friends suffered a similar fate. The pain, suffering, and loss that myself and other survivors experienced during those 100 days of mass murder is still an indelible part of our lives. To my fellow survivors, I ask you to continue to be strong and to strive to live the kind of a life that our parents and our loved ones will be proud of. Let us always remember that we live not just for ourselves, but also for them. Dear friends, sadly, this year, and for the first time since the genocide, we are not able to physically gather together to commemorate the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda as a result of the current coronavirus or COVID-19 crisis and the need to physically distance ourselves in order to save lives. Nevertheless, as survivors, as Rwandans, as people of goodwill all over the world, we consider it critically important to commemorate, although virtually this year, in order to honor the memory of the over 1 million people who were murdered in Rwanda in 1994, and to remind the world of our continued responsibility to create a world free of genocide. If there is one thing that COVID-19 crisis has reminded us of, it is our interconnectedness, our common humanity, our common destiny. As we have seen, COVID-19 virus does not distinguish between race, religion, nationality, or ethnicity. All of us, people all over the world, people are suffering and dying as a result of the COVID-19 virus. As we continue to do our part to combat the spread of COVID-19, let us also remember that we have other viruses that plague our world today. Racism, anti-Semitism, xenophobia, all forms of bigotry and extremism. These are also viruses that know no boundaries and that claim lives every day. As we commemorate the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi for the 26th year, we are reminded of the fact that we are living in a world where hate and all forms of extremism continue to be on the rise. We are living in a world where even places of worship are no longer safe from hate-motivated violence. So as we continue to do our part to combat the spread of coronavirus and to save lives, let us also be reminded of our personal and collective responsibility to work towards a world where all human beings can live free from the fear of persecution or murder simply because of who they are or because of what they believe. This, I strongly believe, is the best way that we can honor the memory of the over 1 million victims of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. This is the best way that we can honor the memory of all genocide victims. May God continue to protect us and be with us during this very difficult time.